Oh, happy hump day. Welcome, everybody, to the Hot Buttery Rolls Whiskey Advent Calendar, Day 9, 2020. It is Wednesday, indeed, and I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. I don't know if I am or not, but you guys tell me. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm getting better at this. At least I don't seem like I've come screaming in with my hair on fire. Anyways, today is the 9th day, and I was trying really hard to get a bottle that was 129 proof, because this is the last day that the dates will create a proof number. So today is 12/9, so I got a 129 proof whiskey. It's not exactly 129 proof. It's 64.6 ABV, so it's 129.2. I think that's right. Maths. Anyways, this is another from the Obtanium series, from the same liquor store and the same club in California. This is from Lake Forest Wines, and it is bottled exclusively for the Foothills Whiskey Society. This is a 14-year-old light whiskey, and I've been blown away by this bottle. So I actually have been kind of hiding this one and trying not to drink very much of it because it's really, really exceptional. I discovered the joy of MGP Light Whiskey this year. So that was a first for me in 2020. I had a Jay Mattingly selection that was from a buddy of mine, Casey Coltreri. Appreciate you, buddy, for sharing that with me. But it was my first experience with light whiskey. And that was followed immediately by a crazy experience with light whiskey, which is the triple down You Can't Handle the Proof selection from my buddy Josh Pittman. Hooked me up on that one. So anyways, this bad boy is finished in port barrels. And so that gives it a little bit of a different impact and essence than what you would normally see from a light whiskey. It sweetens it up. The light whiskeys I've had this year have been a little bit of a dusty flavor. They have a heat to them that comes across. It's almost visceral. Like you can feel the heat. It's pretty aggressive, but in a way that is not unpleasant. So anyways, this one's port finished, and it just makes it really sweet and lovely. It is Tito Dirk. Dang it. Someone must have been reading my video description or is a freaking whiskey savant. So this one looks a lot like the Obtanium bottle, but it says light whiskey instead of saying Obtanium straight bourbon. So really, really elegant. Like I said, the label on this one's a little crooked. That's fine. That's fine. It's 2020. Nothing's straight this year. But yeah, this is the Obtanium light whiskey finished in port barrels, bud. And it comes in at 129.2 proof for 12/9, 9th day of my Advent. So appreciate you being here. Marcus is here. What's up, man? Tim Evans is here. There he is. There you are, buddy. Good to see you, man. Jeffrey Wack, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. So get into the nose on this one. I can already smell it from here. The high proof really helps it to jump out of the glass. But it's not just straight up ethanol aggression like some really high proof whiskeys. It's a really floral, beautiful note. Oh, nice, Tim Evans. So I actually got a light whiskey from Bull Run as well. I don't know if yours is the same pick that I have, but mine is a store pick from Florida. It was an Eskimo Brothers pick, and it's called, I want to say that one's the one that's, it's for a cop. It's for a cop, I think. Either that or it's the Saved by the ATF or Saved from the ATF pick. It's really freaking good. What up, Stanley Wagner Jr.? Welcome to the stream. Hello, Daniel Kerber. What's up, Josh? So, Josh, I'm drinking port finish light whiskey, and you are more than welcome to head this direction and drink some with me. Yeah, it's for a cop. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So it's for a cop from Liquor Locker in Florida. Fantastic pick from those guys. Not my favorite bulb run of the year, but definitely a hot light whiskey from MGP. Oh man, so this is just absolutely gorgeous. Big round wine notes. It's like if this is going to sound super Captain Obvious, but it's like if you poured yourself a glass of port and a glass of really nice, well-aged whiskey next to each other, you were getting a whiff of both of them at once. So a nice blend, good vanilla from the bourbon. It's got that light oakiness, not like wet oak, but almost like a dry wood. I don't know if you guys have ever chewed on a piece of dry wood, like a matchstick or a popsicle stick. It's like that, but less bland, more wood notes, but not like the deep, rich oak of a bourbon. And the reason for that is that the light whiskey is aged in used oak barrels. So those barrels previously probably held bourbon and did a lot of work with that bourbon before they were reused for the light whiskey. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great way to reuse barrels, and it gives it a different character. Oh wow, nice Tito Dirk. That is aggressively warm, man. 147 is seriously high proof. Local Illinois pick. Changed my mind on light whiskeys. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I had so much prejudice in my heart against light whiskeys because I had heard about the high distillation proofs and basically are just taking Everclear instead of a whiskey or a white dog, and it's just going to be hyper aggressive. And I don't know. I don't know why. I had all these preconceived notions about it. And luckily, my buddy Casey let me taste some, and Josh in the chat also tasted Casey's J. Mattingly light whiskey pick, and it was freaking good. Josh, you missed the part at the beginning of the digital where I was discussing the triple down. You can't handle the proof pick. Yeah, so Sooner Dad just said that it's jet fuel in quotes. So it is. I mean, technically, it's really, really high proof. This one's not really close to hazmat, but it certainly doesn't smell like whiskey that's almost 130 proof. Man. So it gets into a really nice perfume on the mid nose. It doesn't really burn your nose out, but it definitely, you can tell that the heat is there. And this is my second whiskey of the night. I started out with some Doc McStuffins' 15 year, and also a little bit of Woodford batch proof, 125 proof, to try to get my palate going. So, man. All right, guys, I'm going to go to the palate. Cheers. Happy Advent. So this one does what a lot of port finished whiskeys do. And it's really aggressively port up front. So when you drink it, it's like drinking a heavily fortified wine. You've got a really great round raisin, grape, plum, red fruits, obviously red fruits. And then it just kind of goes into a rich red wine flavor. And then it finishes out as that light wood, light oak flavor that I was describing earlier. It is just freaking heavenly. Amy, what's going on? So I will be getting your sample out to you tomorrow. I did not make it to the post office today, or the hand delivery station today, but it will go out tomorrow. I'll get you tracking. Sorry, girl. Come on, Josh. I'm texting you the front door code to my house. It is 555-880. This is super professional, and I'm glad you guys are here to watch this. All right. So what's everybody else drinking? What's up, Nick Foles? Welcome to the chat. I saw that Jason was off on his live. Hopefully I didn't stomp into somebody else's. Is somebody else going live right now? Is there a late night Wednesday person? I know that Chris streamed earlier too, Bourbon Sane. I was very glad to see that. Love that guy's streams. Golly. So the more I smell it, it's almost becoming just like really nice. There's a meaty note on the back of it, and that all that red, beautiful, delicious port. It's a rich, fruity note. It's just great. Oh man. Oh, Amy's got some RY3 in the Glen, and I've been seeing those on Instagram. How is it? I've been tempted to grab one. I haven't seen any local, so I'm gonna have to utilize the hand delivery service. But is it worth picking one up, do you think? Also, what's the proof on that? Dadgum, that's tasty. So if you guys are just coming in, this is the 9th day of my Advent event, and drinking some Obtanium Series Light Whiskey finished in port wine barrel. It is 14-year-old light whiskey, and it was finished in a port barrel from Madison County Vineyards, and it comes in at 129.2 proof. And the reason for that is because it's 12.9, and I wanted to go 129, so it is what it is. Oh, nice. Yeah, that Untitled 14-year MGP, I've heard great things about it. Oh, dude, Nick, yes. I Whiskey She Wines. I miss those guys so much. So Nick just said all we need. It was great to see Chris stream, but we need I Whiskey She Wines back. Sam, Bobby, if you're seeing this, we miss you, and we love you. And we're grateful for the service that Bobby provides to the folks of Ohio, but we freaking need your late night drunken live streams in our lives, because it was the highlight of my week. Like literally, the top 3 streams just they were such a freaking blast to watch. This is great. Okay, so Amy says that the Rye 3, I'm gonna say it's called Rye 3 or Rye. I don't know how to say E backwards. I was gonna try. E backwards is E. I mean, that's math. So it's rye, but she said it's 119 proof, pretty good, very sweet, and tastes like Cascade hops. So is it a hopped rye? Are they using hops in the mash bill? That sounds freaking awesome. Yeah, Nick Foles. Nick Foles says Sam is one of one. I think that they talk about breaking the mold. I think that she like scissor kicked her way out of the mold. She there was no mold left. She crushed the mold up, sprinkled it like fairy dust across Bobby's old beard, and huffed it. I don't know what she did with the mold, but she broke it. It's over. There's never going to be another Sam. She's the freaking best. So this whiskey is one that, like I said, I've been hiding from myself because I don't want to drink it too fast. I don't want to drink too much of it and run out. And every time I drink it, I just keep going back and keep going back. Okay. That would make sense. So Amy says she thinks it's an MGP rye, a Canadian rye, and a light whiskey blended. So that's where the 3 comes in, I guess. So that's really neat. I might have to pick one up. So I love good Canadian rye, not mixed with grain neutral spirits. Think Lot 40 cask strength, not anything from Crown Royal. Oh, and I also love MGP rye and also bourbon. So yeah, or light whiskey, all of those things. I love all the things. Man, so I'm trying to think of the tasting note, but it's just red wine. So I'm not very good at wine tasting notes, which is probably not very good, but I definitely get it. Plums, prunes, something. I don't know. Hard to say. But guys, I am going to try something here. My buddy, Jay Pitt from the chat, just drove the full 2 blocks.
Half a mile.
Half a mile
0.5.
to my house to join us for the live stream. So welcome, buddy. Did you grab a Glen?
I did not. I will.
Sorry, man. I only have the one. I actually have 2, but it's all that one's dirty. You don't want it. Tim Evans is saying stream. Yes, the sleep stream. Yes. When Sam passed out on the table and everybody was just still in the chat hanging out. Golly, that's like whenever ADHD whiskey passed out on was it the washer and dryer? That was epic. We've had some really awesome moments in Whiskey Tube in 2020. It's been a shit year, but it's been a great year for the community and for us and our friends, man. I just love all those guys. And I love all y'all. I'm so glad you guys are here. It's so funny to have drinking buddies that you don't even know what their faces look like. Although I have had some friend requests from some of y'all, and I'm not mad about that. So if you want to, find me on Instagram at Hot Buttery Rolls and give me a follow. Feel free to interact with me there. I love getting to know you guys and, seeing what you're into. So, Josh, what I'm going to do is hook my lavalier mic.
That's fine. We'll talk like that.
Speak into my breast.
I usually do.
The good news is the mic is super hot and should still pick you up. Say something.
Something.
Nailed it.
Anybody hear me?
Can anybody hear Josh?
This thing on?
That's awesome. Yeah. If it gets too quiet for you guys, then I'll just ask Josh to leave. It's fine.
I'll go in the other room. Drink by myself. It's fine. Taste by myself.
Taste by yourself. Yeah. Have yourself a little sampling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always do.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so when I was texting you earlier, asking what you were doing, I almost invited myself over, but you said the wife had just gotten home and the kids were here, and I was like, no, okay, I won't quite invite myself over. I was going to bring that redemption, that 10-year redemption that I just got. So
did you bring it?
No, I didn't.
So this is just bragging camp?
Yeah,
I like
bragging camp's going well.
I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. No, Amanda, my wife had been presenting at a professional gathering for her and her colleagues, and she killed it. She did a really amazing job. But she just got home from a 3-day work trip. And so I almost didn't go live, but I freaking did it. We're here. We got Advent Day 9 in the books, on the books. It is what it is. Amy.
Yeah. Hey, Amy, that's typically what I do.
He's not wrong.
No, yeah. I know where the good stuff is.
We're doing okay on whiskey over here for now. But the longer I'm neighbors with Josh, the less good we do. Stanley Wagner Jr., congratulations, man. Let me know what you think of it too. I'd love to know your thoughts. Also, you opened your E.H. Taylor straight rye. What did you think about it, man? Was it everything you hoped it would be? Was it the unicorn that you'd been seeking? Was it a letdown? Hopefully not. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, Tim Evans, not bad. Chat to live in 5. Not hard to do over here. We're this close.
Yeah. It's kind of impressive. He considering he jogs the whole way too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I rode my tricycle.
I'd pay $30 to watch you ride a tricycle from your house to mine.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very broke. I don't know if you've seen how much whiskey I buy, but I don't have money for tricycle shows.
Fair enough.
Actually, I'm gonna cut it back to 20. It's final offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's so good. It's definitely opened up too since
we tried it the first time.
The first time when you popped it. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of gotten a little bit mellower. It's not What is this? Yeah, 64 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly doesn't drink like that.
No, not at all. It's kind of like this triple down. I guess he was talking about this one earlier.
You have to put it next to your head for people to read it.
Oh, sorry.
Or I can cover my eyes. Is that better? It's such a messed up deal.
Little tater sticker on there. It's pretty cool.
You can't handle the proof.
Can't handle the proof.
Yeah.
So I saw someone had a light whiskey. It was 147.6, I think it was. So that one beats this one by 0.2 proof points. 147.4 on this one. So
she's a beast.
Yeah,
she's a beast.
13 and a half year MGP. Can't go wrong.
I drank some of it the other night at a tasting, and it literally felt like it had blistered my lips. I guess usually I let it go past my outer lips, and I got it like right against the edge of my beard, and it was so hot. I thought I was going to have literally a crack on my lip, but I didn't. I was lucky.
Yeah, instant lip cut finder.
Yes. Amy says that her bourbon friends that live close have a golf cart that they drive back and forth. That's what we need.
I'm just not. I don't have that kind of spare change for a golf cart. So
I have a scooter. It's a Honda scooter.
I had to get one of those little bird, or
yes,
the
electric ones.
Yeah, electric scooter.
We could drive to Lubbock and steal one.
Okay, I'm in.
I don't know how the GPS works on those. Probably pretty well. Probably too well.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
Sounds like a felony.
What time? What time?
Sometime tomorrow, I guess. Yes. Yeah, Marcus knows. I used to have one of those giant 6-seater golf carts, but it had a tire that was out of balance. So it would kind of like shake my whole body as we rolled down the street. If you got going fast enough, the wobbling kind of evened out and kind of self-balanced the tire. But yeah, we used to go look at Christmas lights and all kinds of stuff on that big sucker. But my daughter got old enough to drive it, and she was always asking if she could. I was terrified she's going to get hit by a car.
Well, you see these kids around our neighborhood, like 12-year-olds driving golf carts with 10 kids on it. And, and the way people drive up and down our street, it's kind of scary.
It's a little scary.
Surprised more kids haven't been killed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Remind me to talk to you about something about that later.
Okay.
Not live stream appropriate. The golf cart's a hoopty. Half the time they end up walking. You know what? Probably safer. Maybe the golf cart has an ignition interlock with a breathalyzer.
That's a good idea.
I mean,
that's actually
a terrible idea.
What I was thinking there.
It would never work. You'd have to set it to like 0.24. Like,
0.24.
It's basically just an indicator to call the ambulance. Like, am I going to get alcohol poisoning? Tell me, golf cart wizard. Golf cart wizard. Oh, man. So Stanley Wagner says it was great on the neck pour and awesome 2 days later. So that is the E.H. Taylor straight rye that I hand delivered to him in California.
All right.
He says next up is the barrel proof. Bro, good luck. So I can help you. I helped you with the straight rye. It was kind of fortuitous. So maybe, I don't know how your luck is. If I come across a barrel proof, I will hand deliver it to you, man.
Does he mean now on to the barrel proof? Like maybe he already has a bottle and he's about to start drinking it? Or does he mean it's time for you to find him a barrel proof?
I think it's that second thing.
Okay. All right.
So
they're not back there.
Yeah. No, they disappeared. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. If
my friend comes over and drinks my whiskey, I sometimes have to hide stuff.
What are you talking about? Yeah, that barrel. If I find a barrel proof, I'll make sure that I let Chris know so he can get you one.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not swimming in that stuff here.
No.
That would be nice, like some other places, but it's just not
the state of Maine. I think gets a ton of E.H. Taylor.
Can't wait for Casey to move.
So nice once he's up there.
I don't know if Casey watches your YouTube channel or not. Okay, well then I can say that and I don't have to apologize.
It's fine. He knows. He's very aware.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've already talked about sending him hand delivery supplies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, Marcus, that's a very funny joke. I used to have a project car. It was a 1954 Ford station wagon named Ethel, and it was a massive piece of shit, and it never ran right. And I couldn't even make it all the way around my neighborhood without it breaking down. And so I would drive it as far as I could and then walk back to my house, get the golf cart, put a tow strap on it, and drag that bitch back to the house. So I've got a lot of really angry memories of that car.
I had a Jeep Cherokee, like was it 91, I think. It was kind of that same, like the head gasket blew once. Had to replace the head on it, and I got an AutoZone special, and that's where my problems began.
Yeah.
And but I could take the head off of that Jeep. It was inline six. Could take the head off of that Jeep, and probably I had it down to like I timed it once, and it was probably in the like 22 minutes, something like that.
That's
awesome. Taking everything off, water, water or the thermostat,
all the accessory drive,
everything, and and scrape that stupid gasket off, throw another one on, and
get you a new one,
and pray.
Jeez.
Yep. So no, I think we finally took that thing to an actual machine shop, had the head milled, and got it done professionally, and it worked from then on. So
yeah, once you get a professional machine shop involved, those 4 liters and those Cherokees are, I mean, they definitely can get hurt, but they're crazy reliable. Oh, yeah. The other thing is they run a long time broken.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lone Wanderer. Hey, Lone Wanderer, welcome to the chat. So, says the XJ Cherokees with a 4 liter might be the best ever made.
Hey, listen, I agree.
Wait, oh snap! ADHD Whiskey's in the chat. What's up, buddy?
Is the XJ? That's a Cherokee. That's a Cherokee.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So there's
ZJ. What's a ZJ? How much is a ZJ?
If you have to ask, bro, you can't afford it. So ZJ is actually a Grand Cherokee.
Is the Grand Cherokee?
Yeah.
Okay. And then is the Wrangler a J?
YJ, TJ, LJ, JK, JL.
LOL. JK, LOL.
ROTFL.
Lone Wanderer, just FYI, not sure if Shayla sent you a message or not, but I'll probably be over in your neck of the woods in the next 1 to 3 days to hand deliver something to you that was on Shayla's Whiskey Central.
Yeah.
For the live stream the other day. So
yeah,
just FYI.
Yeah.
Vato Zone.
Oh no.
You can't say that.
You can't. You sure can't. Thanks, Marcus. So that's Marcus you met last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Nick Foles, I know you're, he says, I'm not a big fan of it, but doesn't Texas get a good bit of Weller 12? We used to. We certainly used to. Like, I was pulling in a bottle a quarter to every 2 months last year. And this year it has been like dry, like super dry. And we also haven't seen Weller 107 in a store in a long time since March. So
I think also another factor to consider is just the amount of people that are getting into bourbon and whiskey, and it's just growing every day. And so you got more and more people going to these stores and, chatting up owner managers, whatever it is. And, so there's a lot less to go around, but that 107, not showing up in a while. It's kind of weird.
And I'm not a huge fan of Weller 12, except to make poor man's pappy with. But 107 is like my jam. So the lack of 107 has been severely disturbing.
Yep.
So for my second pour, I'm going to go with the Yeti. I thought it appropriate because it's December and it's also a finished whiskey. It's a finished American whiskey, like we had a light whiskey that was finished, but this is American whiskey. It's an ice wine finished, and it is from barrel. It's 18-year-old American whiskey finished in a Gewürztraminer ice wine barrel. And it is coming in at 100 and we'll call it 122. It's 60.89 ABV. So Matt Porter, world's top whiskey taster, can tell you what that equates to in proof. And no pressure, buddy.
Also, scholars maintain that Gewürztraminer, the meaning of Gewürztraminer, was lost ages ago.
It means a whale's vagina.
Yeah. Lone Wanderer. We use the use the one that you provided on the zip code. So
got that squared away.
Yep. That would be good.
Show me the pappy. Yeah. there's been some pappies shown. The eagle has landed in West Texas. So we are still pappyless. Both of us have been pappy free since 2003. We're on the wagon, the pappy wagon, trying to get off the wagon. We would both love a bottle. So you all cross your fingers, say a prayer, whatever. Good vibes. We'll take them because over the next few days, it's going to be a hard hunt to try to find the pappies and also the BTECs. So we actually both were fortunate to score a touch of a morsel of BTAC this year.
Yep.
So hoping to continue on with that streak.
We got a buddy that he pulled in a pappy. One of the few that I assume made it out here, but he was lucky enough to get pulled for that. So
he occasionally watches my YouTubes. So Mark,
if
you're watching, I'm so glad you got us a pappy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for us.
So happy for you.
So great, man.
Sure. You see that yesterday at Costco in Henderson, Nevada, had pappy for $15 for $97.
That sounds like some Henderson, Nevada shit, man. So I've got some friends in Vegas.
Or?
Yeah. I got some friends in Vegas, and they're the Costco pictures from Vegas hurt my brain. Like $45 for Blanton's, $97 for Pappy 15. Putting 4 Roses single barrel select on the shelf, or small batch select, just on the shelf, like no big deal. Michter's 10-year rye, just lining the shelves. So good for Costco. I mean,
and you can probably find Smoke Wagon everywhere there.
Yep.
If I had to guess, well, not long ago, I can't remember where it was. I was probably on one of the Facebook groups. Someone said that the Smoke Wagon on the shelves, even in Las Vegas, is starting to dry up a little bit.
Yeah, because people are acutely aware of how badass it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Smoke Wagon Rare and Limited was released to the Las Vegas distributor yesterday and should be hitting the streets of Vegas sometime very soon. Aaron stated that it's like 5 blocks away from their distillery to the wholesaler. So hopefully those things will start popping up in Vegas. If you're in the Vegas area and you see a Smoke Wagon Rare and Limited, I will do some pretty messed up crap to get one. Holler at your boy.
Yeah.
This message brought to you by my insane lust for Smoke Wagon bourbon.
I think I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, you are.
I would as well. Yeah.
It's a sexy ass boat.
So we got a guy in one of our groups. He is in Georgia, and I've been kind of following on Aaron's stuff on Instagram and just kind of pointing out where these were going. One of our guys, he's very big into whiskey. He's pretty much doing a pick every single day. It seems like
that's awesome.
He has tons of picks out there. He doesn't own a store or anything. He's very charitable too, which is nice. A lot of his barrel picks that come out, there's a cost in there that will go to some kind of
charity.
I think they're typically local charities, but yeah, definitely charity. But he said he is working on getting them right now.
That's
the
awesome.
Ones that went to Georgia. So hopefully you can throw one up in the group and maybe we can get a chance at.
That'd be pretty sweet.
At trying it, yeah.
The Rod Good review is in the chat as well. What's up, Ed or Erica, or Ed and Erica, or Erica or Ed? I think I got it covered. Thanks for being here. Loving what you guys are doing. Oh man, local store has Booker's for $90, but I don't know if that's worth it. That's definitely on the high side of my budget. If it's a 2020 release, it is not worth it. If it is the 3rd or 4th release from 2019, I would say it's close to worth it. If it's any release from 18, it's probably worth it. 17 and below, jump on it for $90. But yeah, I picked up a 2020-2 batch for $76.99 the other day. So I think that $90 is too much. I think $76.99 is too much.
Yeah.
But it was for a friend. So
I may have just bought a Doc McStuffins today. I finally pulled the trigger on one on the batch 7, and that's going to cost me $162. And I was just in one of those moods today.
Just gonna blow some cash, man.
Yeah, I didn't sleep sleep great. Well, it took me a long time to go to sleep last night, and I was tired all day and kind of grumpy, and I'm just sitting there scrolling. I'm like, okay, fine, just do it. You love this stuff, just do it, just get it. So that one kind of hurt, but I'm looking forward to it.
Dude, you're gonna love it. Is it batch 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's I believe it's a total wine, or no, it's a specs, I believe. So
I'm super interested to see because mine are batch 7s.
Yeah.
And I'm very interested to see if it's the same whiskey with different stores' names on the labels.
Yeah.
Because they're all 007.
Well, the one that remember the NASA one?
Yeah.
Remember we saw on their Instagram,
the
they had
Dookie
a bunch of little bitty bottles. So it looked like they were tasting for doing picks,
Maybe it's just
batches,
run 7?
Yeah.
Or barrel flight 7?
Maybe it's just batch 7, and they put a whole bunch of batches together and, sent out samples for everybody to try. And they're like, oh, I want batch 7-A, whatever.
That'd be pretty cool.
Who knows? But we can. Is that the one you have, the Dookie?
No, I have the K&L wine.
Oh, the K&L. Okay.
That's from
right.
Sacramento
Yeah.
or somewhere California.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Nick Foles, as he saw a picture of the Costco with a whole barrel of 1792, like you could buy the whole entire barrel. I've seen that as well, and I'm intrigued by it. I don't want to own a whole barrel of 1792, but if they did that with like Eagle Rare or Weller 107 or
Pappy 23.
Yeah, Pappy 23.
Whatever.
Van Winkle Family Rye. Yeah. I would probably buy a whole barrel.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, you'd have to be like a Barton freak to buy a whole barrel of 1792.
Yeah.
Or I'd be having a wedding for 1,000 guests and just want to make some really good cocktails, and they're all whiskey enthusiasts. I don't know. There's not a lot of ways that I can see that plays out well.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, the Rock Gut Review does really great reviews, and Ed actually spoke at length about Booker's and whether it's worth it or not. So Ed is actually a whiskey expert, not just bourbon, but many kinds of whiskey, and he goes into depth as to why and why not Booker's may or may not be worth it still. So go check out his channel, give him a subscribe and a like, and check out that video. It's a really good video. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Mostly I learned that Ed gets a store discount because he works at a liquor store.
Oh, very nice. 15%?
He didn't say. He didn't say, and that's none of our business. It's rude to talk politics.
That's right, it is. But seriously, message us and tell us what it is.
DM, bro. Let me know. If you got the hookup, holla if you hear me.
Tim Evans, you said 132 or so bottles of that Smoke Wagon Rare was sent to Illinois. I wonder how many of those that Benny's got, Benny's and maybe even off premise. Yeah. I wonder how many they got. I bet Benny's got a good share of them.
Yeah, I've got a buddy that's a Benny's regular, and I've been in his ear trying to see if he can get one. But I mean, Illinois is a big state, and there's some massive liquor store chains. So I know that off premise got some. Because they're doing another buy our pick of this, and we'll put you in the raffle for that.
For only Chicago people. But it doesn't state that.
Listen, we might have just been unlucky. It might not be because we're from Texas. If you're from another state, it's kind of your own fault if you buy a store pick of something to try to get entered in a raffle in another state. It's probably foolishness.
Yeah. Well, maybe Ford will get one, and he can. I don't know.
That'd be pretty cool.
A whole barrel of Eagle Rare.
My family probably just passed out. You can crawl inside the barrel.
The barrel.
They just bury you in the barrel.
Yeah.
Hey, I will tell you that coffins aren't cheap, and if you could get a barrel of Eagle Rare, you could go out like you want to. And you've got your burial situation taken care of.
Kind of like a beer fest too, where he's
drowns in the beer.
Yeah, but he's about.
That was really good impersonation.
No, thank you.
Oh man, no. And also, if you drank enough Eagle Rare, you might embalm yourself. I'm not a doctor. That's not science, but it's a non-educated guess. So do with that what you will. Don't try it. for sure.
Off premise got just two bottles.
Nice. That's
Crazy.
awesome.
Jeez.
That's great. GNS. I don't know what GNS is, buddy.
Yeah.
I need to know, Tim. Message me about what GNS is. So I may need to hound my buddy about another store up there.
2 Bookers, 2020-03, 75 each out the door.
Gave one to a friend.
At least that's retail and not, that's
old retail.
Yeah.
That's 2019, 2018 retail.
That's under retail.
That's a good deal. I would say at 75 out the door, I would probably pick up a pigskin batch just to try it because I haven't tried the pigskin batch and I love the name and the concept. So. Yeah. What's up, John T? Welcome to the party. Glad you are here.
Batch 15 Stag Junior, huh?
What?
Haven't heard that.
3 batches in 2020?
It's crazy.
That's amazing. What a weird year. So it's actually been released or, well, I mean, it'd have to be released to know the proof.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I lied to my wife. I'm not done buying whiskey for 2020. Son of a gun.
Well,
ISO Stag Junior Batch 15.
Yeah. I mean, there's only let's see, 19 days left.
I know that
I
know that you mean Josh Parker. Parker Holt says, "What's up, Chris and Josh?"
Oh, hey, thanks, Peter. What's up? Good to see you.
Peter Holt. Peter Holt's in the chat, everybody.
That happens all the time. Hey, I'm Josh. John? No, Josh. It's probably the way I talk.
You got to stop saying John.
Introduce
yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, such a dick move, man.
Stop talking like an idiot.
Oh, Tim,
I'm mumbling.
When the COVID goes away, dude, there's several people in Chicago I need to come up and meet. I've met some really cool people through Instagram and through some online whiskey clubs that reside in the Chi-Town, Chicagoland area. So I really need to go up there. I got a buddy that's in Glenview, and a buddy that's in Lincoln Park, and need to go up there and check them out.
Glenview, Glamston, Glamsonite. What was that?
I was way off.
What was that movie? Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
Where she says she's from. What was the name of the town?
Winchesterton,
Fieldsville,
Iowa.
From Winchesterton,
Fieldsville,
Iowa. Yeah, that's funny. So, okay, this is fantastic. This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's the finish on it. It sticks around and it gives you that long kind of burn at the end, which some of us like. Some of us don't, but
yeah, it's really nice.
121.78. I think, the finish seems a little bit hotter than that, but up front mid palate that's fantastic.
Do you think that's a rye spice on the back end? That's the spicy? Because I feel it in my mouth, not my chest.
Yeah, definitely. It's that kind of, a little bit of black peppery. Yeah, tingle.
Yeah, Amy, it is a smoke wagon lined up behind me. John T says, you have to buy yourself a lot of presents. It only works once a year.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like 4 times a year because, you got birthday, Christmas, 4th of July is a good drinking holiday, St. Patrick's Day,
Easter,
Cinco de Mayo.
Yep.
Yeah. Lent. You have to drink all of Lent.
Mm-hmm. Good Friday.
You give up beef, just take up whiskey.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beef.
You don't give up beef. No, that's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that is really good.
It's really pretty.
That was $100 or those a little bit.
I got that from John Herbold. Mm-hmm. That one came out of Dallas, and I want to say I gave 95 to 110 for it, somewhere in that range.
And some of the stuff that Barrel puts out.
I think it's Beret. In Spanish, a double L is a Y. So I think it's Barret.
Barrel Bourbon.
Barret Bourbon.
Man, some of the stuff they put out is just fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you get some other stuff and you're like, what were they thinking?
Why did you do this?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they're going to throw the barrels away. So they got to bottle it and send it to somebody.
Send it. I'm just going to send it.
Yeah. I've always found their stuff a little bit pricey. That I would pay $100 for sure.
Yeah.
That hazmat rye from
yeah.
NASA that we.
So that was an MGP, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't know much about
It's like
that one.
142 proof.
Yeah, it was high.
It was like
and it was
jet fuel rye.
Yeah.
Aggressive.
It was real good.
Yeah. So Marcus asked, Redemption 9-year BP worth 100. I'm guessing you mean barrel proof bourbon.
Let's see. Where is it? Redemption 9-year barrel proof. No, they have a high rye. They have a high rye bourbon, and then they've got which that should be that one.
Yeah.
Because the one that I have is the 10-year rye, straight rye.
Yes.
I'm gonna say I haven't had the 9-year high rye barrel proof. I did actually just got a bottle of the 10-year barrel proof rye, and I just opened it tonight. It's got potential. The finish on it was just not there. It was like it almost got to that flavor bomb, and then it just kind of petered out. So that one, off first impression, I would say no, not worth 100. But I'd like to see what happens when it opens up in a month or two. It could get better. Don't know, but at this moment, I'm going to say no, probably not $100 for that Redemption 9-year barrel proof. But if you decide that you want to get it, you let us know, and we'll definitely taste it for you.
So my take on the 9-year barrel proof bourbon would be check the back of the bottle, make sure it says Indiana on it. And if it says Indiana on it, that means it's MGP. If it's a 9-year-old MGP barrel proof bourbon, you're putting yourself in a class of whiskey such as Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. Some of the the Smoke Wagon private barrels are only 8 years old. 9-year is going to put you in like an Old Scout. MGP is going to be, a higher proof, high age. What else is in that class? The Remus, some of the older Remus. No, there's not even a 9-year Remus.
There's not many 9-year, 9 and 10-year MGPs that are out there right now. There's very few, but
I was one that was 10.
Yeah.
10-year.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're talking 2015, 2016, whereas these are the newer ones, pretty much all the OKI 10-year you got back here, that was
done being bottled in like 16 or
18. The Smooth Amblers, the Old Scouts that we have, those are great.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard though with, you don't know. Smoke Wagon, I don't know what it is. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if it's where they're aging it there in Vegas, if that's making a difference, or if he's just really good at picking barrels.
Yeah. And
someone else, I don't know, the new Smooth Ambler Old Scout stuff, I'm just not a fan of it. It's just not the same. So I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'd like to try that 9-year high rye bourbon though.
You should buy it, Marcus, and you should bring it by our house before you go to Central Texas.
I agree.
Just so we can make sure it's not poison before you give it to Adrian. So Stanley Wagner Jr. says, Josh, anything Mizunara is garbage. And what the hell is McStuffins?
You don't know what McStuffins is? You must not have kids.
Was this amateur hour?
Yeah.
No. So McStuffins is what Josh affectionately calls Doc Swinson's because he couldn't remember the word Swinson's. And so he just named it McStuffins.
So the first time I called it that, he got so mad.
It's not McStuffins.
Quit saying that.
Stop saying that. It's so dumb.
And now, I was like, okay, I don't want to hurt his baby feelings. So I stopped calling it that. And then he just all of a sudden out of nowhere is like, oh yeah, I got, the new Doc McStuffins came or whatever he said. And I'm like, oh, so you're saying it now.
Yeah.
See?
I mean, it's contagious like herpes. So yeah, these guys are talking about Stag Junior still. Yes. Yeah. I buy everyone I see up to $100. $100 is my drop dead point for Stag Junior, but anything under $100, just coming home with daddy.
Tim Evans, I do agree. I think the dovetail is delicious. I think I only had it once, and it may have been over at Travis's when Jessica came over with all the bottles.
All the samples.
I think, yeah. But I do recall liking it at that point. So, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So Marcus actually bought a bottle of Dovetail from me, and it was one that I had 2 of, and it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So Marcus has Adrian tried the Dovetail. I just remember that is partly rum finished.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm almost sure it is. Check the label. It'll say on the label. Barrel's very transparent on their label.
Yeah.
But Stanley Wagner Jr. wants to know about the Old Carter 13 year.
So that was the one that John brought over,
John Bennett brought over. Yeah.
Man, the one that he brought over was not MGP. It was Kentucky, and I want to say he paid $200 for it. He paid retail, which is $200. In no day and age ever will I spend $200 on that bottle. Would I spend $100 on it? Honestly, probably not. But I am a MGP whore. So if it's MGP, I would probably, if I've never had it, I would probably try it for, say 100. You're going to be hard pressed to get me to pay $200 for any bottle. Even my favorite old MGP Redemption Rye 7-year. That's probably my favorite whiskey right now. I paid $150, I believe, 145 on secondary, plus sent them a label for it, and plus sent them hand delivery for it, and that kind of hurt real bad. And that, like I was saying earlier, that Doc Swinson's that I bought, 162, that one kind of hurt too, but I really do like that stuff. So, but yeah, I would pass on me personally, I would pass on that Old Carter 13 year, since it's not MGP. And I've tried it and I just wasn't that impressed with it, especially not for the price.
So I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you to a certain extent. I will say that the Doc Swinson's reminds me a lot of the Old Carter bourbon, Kentucky bourbon, and which also reminds me a lot of Kentucky Owl bourbon, batch 8 and 9. They're all Kentucky bourbons from mysterious sourcing, and they all taste like very dense, really good, well-aged bourbon. So that being said, Doc Swinson's 15-year-old barrel strength bourbon for $150, hard yes. Old Carter 13-year for $200, $186.99 or $180. Trying to think what I have got them for. I want to say $186 or $187.99. Anyways, that's much more iffy. If you have the kind of coin where you can spend $200 on a bottle and be like, oh, okay, yeah, well, I have that now. Like that's a thing I'm going to drink and enjoy with my friends. And if it's not like amazing, knock your socks off, I won't be real mad that I spent $200 on it. If you are like I am, like Josh is, and it's like every time you see that $200 bottle and you hate it because it wasn't awesome, don't buy it. Kentucky Owl bourbon, $300 for non-age stated Kentucky bourbon that tastes a lot like Doc Swinson's. There's a reason I don't have one on my shelf. I think Dixon Dedman is a genius. I think he's a marketing genius. I think he's a very good blender. I think that Diageo prices his whiskey for people that have more money than taste buds.
For people, for people that buy whiskey for the label and the hype.
Yeah. So. And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
No, absolutely not. I've done it. You've done it.
I have, for sure.
You do it.
Still, I'd absolutely do it.
He's doing it tomorrow, probably.
God, I hope so. I really do. Yeah. If I run across the Pappies and it's $300, $400,
well, yeah,
Daddy's gonna, I'll call the banker. I'll mortgage a child. I don't know, pound of flesh. I don't know what I don't know what a left testicle goes for anymore. I've been out of that market for a while.
Hey, don't you have 2 kidneys?
I do. You only need the one. You only need, liver.
Listen, livers regenerate.
Yeah.
Just cut 3/4 of that puppy out.
Keeps on giving.
Yep.
Yeah. Although I probably still need the liver.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Mine's high mileage.
Yeah, if you cut 3/4 of that thing out, you may have to slow down on this for a little bit so
Yeah.
it regenerates. So
Yeah. One owner, driven hard, put away wet.
Tim Evans, who didn't he buy the last batch of barrels without tasting? Who are we talking about? Are you talking about Kentucky Al?
Holy hell!
Kentucky
So that was
Al
actually
Rye
about
10
that
on
was
sale for
about
$130.
that was about
yeah.
Smoke Wagon. So yeah,
Yeah.
Kentucky Owl,
Yeah.
Kentucky Owl Rye. In
Well,
case anybody isn't paying attention,
10? Have we had 10?
so we haven't.
I was about to mention that
and I'm thinking he either means Kentucky Owl Bourbon 10 or Kentucky Owl Rye
batch 10.
3 or 4. So Kentucky Owl Rye is
what are
only
they
on
on?
batch 4.
Okay.
And it now has a tube, and it went up in price by
That's a
$100.
There's a tube now?
It has a tube, and it went up by $100. So it went from $200 to $300 because that cardboard is not cheap. I don't know if you guys have been to Kentucky, but there's a major cardboard shortage. Pray for them.
They don't grow a lot of cardboard in Kentucky.
It's hard.
I think they have to import it from Alaska.
They do.
So
There's a lot of coal there.
Yeah.
But there's not very much cardboard. Yeah.
Okay.
Ludicrous.
So please, Tim, please clarify. What do you mean Kentucky Owl Rye 10?
Yeah. So if it's Kentucky Bourbon 10, which is the newest batch, that's a $300-something bottle.
That's a buy.
Buy all day.
Well,
if it's Kentucky Owl Rye 1 through 3, that's a $200 bottle.
Yeah, that's
$200
a buy all day.
bottle
I mean,
for $130. That's a buy all day.
Pretty much any of the Kentucky Owls for $130, I'm going to say that's a buy.
So I'm a little bit terrified that he's talking about confiscated.
Okay.
Because that's the only one I can think of that's in that price range.
Okay. Yeah.
That Kentucky Owl confiscated is a buy at $45.
Yeah, that was funny seeing that come out at, what did they come out at, 150?
160.
160?
160.
And then you've just seen the price just
dwindle. Yeah.
They got down to I want to say 89 is what I saw it at Costco out in California at one point.
I bought one for 89 in Costco in California at my little brother's wedding 2 years ago.
Confirmed.
And I will tell you, I overpaid at $90.
Okay.
Toss me that light whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so
the question's about the barrels that he bought. So Aaron Chapinick, I think I nailed that. Probably not. Cheers, buddy. So Aaron bought something like 140 or 1,400 barrels of MGP. Mm-hmm. I didn't hear that story. I don't know.
Well,
if he did or didn't taste them, I would find it incredibly difficult to believe that he tasted all of them.
So I commented on his Instagram. I said, "When's the first Smoke Wagon Rye coming out?" And I think that's what he responded with was, "Well, I bought 1,400 barrels of."
They probably misplaced some rye in there. Yeah.
All right, let's see. He said, all right, where'd it go? He said it was, I said, "When's the first Smoke Wagon Rye coming? You know, MGP puts out the best rye in the game." He said, it was moments away, and then I had the opportunity to buy 1,400 aged barrels from them that had been on hold forever. That depleted the rye funds for now. Ha ha. So there we go. From the man himself.
Okay, so if it's Kentucky Owl Rye, any batch, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it's $130, I would buy one for sure. It is really good whiskey.
The green and white label,
yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or yellow and white. If it's brown and white,
yeah.
If it's brown,
if it says confiscated
down.
on it, yeah.
Thanks, Nana.
As Nana always used to say.
Lone Wanderer 360 says the homeless around Seattle have decimated the cardboard market. I'll pray for Kentucky. Yeah, man, it's a real problem.
Oh,
it's a real problem.
That's hilarious.
As we continue forward, oh man,
it's on a KO 10-year rye. It's down to 1 total wine. What is Kentucky Owl 10-year rye? I'm gonna have to look.
So 10-year, I believe, is batch 3. And 11-year was batch 2 or batch 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
anything but confiscated, hard buy, maybe even buy multiples at 130.
Also, Stanley Wagner Jr., you remember how you were talking about maybe you could help me out by hand delivering something?
That might be one of them.
Holler at me in the DMs, bro.
It's going to come on. You will 100%. Really?
Oh my gosh, that
That'd
would
be
be
awesome.
freaking sweet.
Yeah.
If we could get
You gotta-
him, first of all, I'll call him and I'll be like, hey man, I want you on my YouTube channel. We love you. We've been S in your D for months.
That guy's great.
Send me a rare and limited so we can do a blind tasting.
You need to buy one of his shirts that he just put up.
Bro, they're so good.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys need a Christmas gift for anybody, like your favorite YouTuber, Hot Buttery Rolls, I wear a XXX and I don't care what color, but Smoke Wagon t-shirts are always in style.
He also wears a size 12 or 13 year Smoke Wagon single barrel.
Yes. Yes. Either size is fine. Even if you got an 8-year private barrel Smoke Wagon, I'd find a way to squeeze into it. I'd wear it like Cinderella's stepsister in that glass slipper.
All right. I promised myself I wasn't going to do this tonight, but
I swore I wouldn't cry.
Yeah.
So we're now into the You Can't Handle the Proof Triple Down Light Whiskey, which is a Backbone product, which Backbone is one of my very favorite. Oh, there's another fantastic example of high-aged MGP bourbon.
Yep.
So Backbone also has some 9-year plus single barrel selections. So Marcus, the more I think about it, man, if you're still in the chat, Sooner Dead, if you're still in the chat, man, I would say $100, man. I'd probably bet on it. I'd bet on it. The worst case scenario, you have some of the best old fashions you've ever made.
Well, you're not, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with that bottle. It's one of those where maybe it's not worth 100, but it's not like you're going to be drinking Blanton's or anything like that, where you have to just dump it down the toilet.
Plug your nose and just do your best not to vomit.
No, I'm just kidding. For all you Blanton's lovers out there.
That's one of my goals actually for 2021 is to do a Blanton's vertical tasting. So I got a buddy that sent me a Blanton's black and a Blanton's red sample. So I'm gonna have to go top to bottom. We'll make it happen.
You have it straight from the barrel, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've got it straight from the barrel, gold and single barrel and some single barrel picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, God, I think the Blanton's releases there's unlimited. Yeah.
The Polish.
Yeah. The Japanese,
silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's nutty.
Oh, you got to get the green one too. The 88 proof or whatever it is.
The special
proof.
reserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's terrible.
For show. Stanley Wagner. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Bob's your uncle. Hey. I used to watch some British television.
All right. Lone Wanderer would like to be educated. So
on what light whiskey means, Josh, you want to take this one?
Sure. And then I'll let you add some tidbits to it. So
fair enough.
Basically, and I think maybe didn't you already go over this earlier?
I did, but we're about to do it again.
Okay, we'll do it again.
Some people join the stream late, and I don't want anybody to leave without this knowledge. So,
in my opinion, light whiskey is probably some of the best value out there. So basically, what a light whiskey is it's going to be a mash that goes in a lot higher proof. He'll give you all the specs, the specifics on it, because I don't know all the specifics, but it's basically it's going to be a higher proof that's going into the barrel, and that barrel is going to already be used. So they're not using any new charred oak barrels. They're using barrels that have been charred and then had something stored in them, and then that's how they age. That's how they age the light whiskeys. So, for example, this one was barreled in December of 2006. So this was barreled 14 years ago.
Old girl.
Yep. And then it was bottled in April of this year. So this is about 13 and a half years. But yeah, this was stored in a barrel that was already previously used. So once they use a barrel, they can't use it again. You got to get rid of it. So this is an MGP product, and I'm sure MGP just goes and buys used barrels, and that's how they make their light whiskey.
Which kind of makes me think that was probably previously aged some LDI juice, which LDI was Lawrenceburg Distillers something, and that's the previous name of MGP.
Yeah. Distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Yeah, it didn't say so. Yeah. But this one says bottled by Backbone. So, but yeah, go ahead and fill them in all the smaller details that I missed. I think the main point is though it's light whiskey is used charred oak barrels.
Yep.
You know, and going in at higher proof.
Yep.
Right. So
I agree. So
is there a limit? You know how I guess bourbon has to go in at 125 or below, right? Is that the number?
So you nailed it, right? So that's crucial. So bourbon has to go in. Entry proof into the barrel is 125 proof or below. You can be anywhere below 125 proof as long as it's at least 80 proof.
And I assume
it's 125 proof or below.
I assume they've got their mash down to where, and you know, their timing and all that stuff to where it's not going to really be anywhere above 125. So what if they mix up a batch and say it comes in at 130? They can't barrel it and call it bourbon. They can, yeah, but it'd be light whiskey.
So you're very close. When you distill your white dog, and you take that original mash, which is typically a bourbon mash. Most light whiskeys, I'm not sure if it's a requirement, but they're a bourbon mash usually, which means 51% corn, and then a rye or a wheat and a barley to make it ferment. So the maximum proof that you can make white dog and have it qualify to be bourbon is 160 proof, 80% alcohol by volume. Okay. So light whiskey is 160 proof plus. So 80% ABV or higher makes it a light whiskey instead of being a bourbon. Okay. And then your next point is entry proof. So entry proof on a bourbon, you cannot enter bourbon into the barrel any higher than 125. You can distill it higher than 125 up to 160, but you add water until it becomes 125 or lower.
Okay.
Put it in the barrels and age it.
Okay, so they'll water it down before they put it in the barrels to get to that. Okay.
Yes. So new charred white oak barrels are a requirement for bourbon. That is another difference. So light whiskey is typically aged in a used charred white oak American barrel. And the difference between the entry proofs is if you make one that's 160 proof or below, distill it 160 proof or below, and put it in a used white oak barrel, that's an American whiskey, not a light whiskey. So lower distillation proof, American whiskey, higher distillation proof, light whiskey. New barrels, bourbon, used barrels, American whiskey, light whiskey. It's probably very convoluted. It's worth a Google. And
it's worth a Google.
It's worth a Google. Lone Wanderer 360. If that was more confusing than it was helpful,
yeah, Google it.
Definitely look it up on the YouTubes, because there's people that do a better job of explaining. I probably need to do an episode about that. Actually, that's a great idea. Thank you for the suggestion.
We'll give you a kickback.
We're gonna make that happen. Oh my gosh! Topless Trev Wilson is in the chat.
Hang on.
The Bourbon Ranch.
Let's back up to Stanley Wagner Jr.'s comment talking about a regular Thursday night for us.
Oh yeah, no. MGP Spoon Thursdays. Yeah. I'm shockingly enough, I'm Little Spoon.
Also, just FYI, boys, when you're talking about fanboys, is spelled with a stripper I instead of the Y.
Stripper I. Yeah. Fanboys.
BOI.
Hashtag fanboys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So who's Trev Wilson?
So Trev Wilson is the most attractive whiskey YouTuber.
Oh.
In the United States, if not the world.
Oh.
He's a freak. He's everybody's first admin or first moderator in their chat.
Oh, okay.
So Trev is like the most go-getter of any mod. He links all your Patreon, your YouTube channel. He links your merch. There's got to be a job that you can do, Trev, where you do for yourself or a business entity what you do for the YouTubers, and you will make so much freaking money because, bro, you are Johnny on the spot. So, but also he is a veteran, and he is also a nurse. Yeah, cheers. Thank you for your service, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also a nurse, medical professional. I believe it's a nurse. And he lives in Arkansas, and he takes the most gorgeous photos of his hikes. He's also a COVID survivor like yourself.
All right. Cheers to
Also,
that too.
also lost his sense of taste.
Finally getting it back.
Which is difficult whenever you're going live as a whiskey tuber to not have a sense of taste. But the good news is his beautiful eyes and sparkling personality carried him through, even without a sense of taste. Oh, man. So John T,
yeah.
There's no age requirements on barreling for bourbon, for American whiskey, or for light whiskey. The difference is the age statement. So with bourbon, in order to be a straight bourbon, you have to be in the wood for at least 2 years. If it's less than 4 years old, you have to put the age on the bottle. If it's 4 years old or more, you don't have to put the age on the bottle. So that's...
And that's another good thing about these light whiskeys. Why I think they're such a great buy, a great value, is it seems most of them are aged well,
ultra aged, right? So
this Obtanium, 14 years,
14 year. That one, the light whiskey that he was just holding is 13 and a half years old.
13 and a half.
Most of the bull runs are 12 to 15 years old. This barrel American whiskey, it's an American whiskey finished in Richmond.
Okay.
That one is 18 years old. So they can be in the wood for not very long, but I will say that because they're using a used oak barrel, you're not getting as much action out of the wood. So it's a similar effect to Scotch or Irish or Japanese whiskey. You're using a used barrel in those applications. And so it takes a really long time in the barrel to get the wood interaction, to pull the sugars out and, get some sugars. Give me some sugars.
How much did this one cost? This one was
90-ish, $95, I think.
95. Okay. Yeah. So that's a little bit higher, on the price range, but it's just hits everything. It's high proof for me. High proof MGP fanboys.
With an eye, stripper eye.
Yeah. Stripper eye, finished. And it is great. This one cost me. These were $69.99 plus tax out on license each, and I got
a 13-year-old.
Yeah, 13 and a half year old.
147.4 proof whiskey.
Yeah, MGP.
That's a lot of mileage for the money.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's why I got 3 of them. I knew they'd last me a long time. The only reason this bottle is on its last leg, the only reason it's like that. Is because I've given out so many samples of this because I want everybody to try it because it's so good,
freakishly good.
But I've got 2 more bottles, so I'm not too concerned about it. I drink it
until I find out where he hides them. Then I'll have 1 more bottle.
Shit. Like you don't know where they are.
Oh man. Oh, Tim Evans. So, sorry, Tim. I'll get back to your comment in just a moment. Trev says, you're my biggest hype man, and I miss you so much. I can't wait to eat pizza with you again, bro. You say when you got to come to Midland. We got to shoot some videos, bro.
Where'd you eat pizza with him?
In Austin. I met him in Austin at the Bastards Ball last year, and I bought him. Nice. I bought him pizza. I bought pizza for Trev, 120 people. It was a good night. I was making really good money back then. Shout out to the oil field, RIP.
Yeah,
rip the oil field. So Tim Evans says, Trev, I have your blind ready to ship. How about doing a blind versus HBR?
That'd be cool. Little
make that happen. If whatever you need to do, whatever you need to do, I'm 100% in. I would love to do that. Trev says I would gladly lose to HBR, bro. It just depends. I live in Texas. It's a COVID hotspot. By the time the box gets here, I might not even be able to taste the whiskey. So luck of the draw, bro.
What is Trev's YouTube?
He is The Wrench.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that a second.
Yeah. So 100% click on him, give him a subscribe. I think, Trev, you're over 1,000 subscribers now. Are you monetized, bro? He goes live every week.
Wait, how to make a mini laptop at home?
Or Bourbon Wrench. So I feel bad because as Trev Wilson, as you know, StreamYard doesn't put your screen in. Maybe it is just Trev Wilson. No, it is just Trev Wilson.
It is? Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah, Tim. Awesome, man. Freaking awesome, bro. Marcus, thanks for coming, man. I know I've got to also function at work tomorrow. I got to get my boss to pick him up at 7 a.m. at his hotel, so I'm super pumped. The good news is Opal's Table has Pappy 23, and he was going there with one of our customers this evening. So hopefully he gets a little bit sideways and wants to sleep in a bit because Daddy's tired. My phone started working at 2:45 this morning.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, there he is.
Play one of his. All right.
Oh yeah, hit the like button while you're there.
Oh yeah, I will.
Boom, got you, Trev.
Subscribe.
Hit subscribe.
All right.
And yeah, so look how handsome he is. God, he's handsome. He's so handsome.
Oh my.
The Bourbon Ranch.
Oh my. All right, I saw there's a question up there. Light whiskey and American whiskey, still primarily a corn mash bill.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, pretty much everything that's either bourbon or whiskey is going to be
mostly corn.
Yeah, mostly corn. I mean, then you get to rye, which is obviously mostly rye, but then you get into your Texas stuff and the malts and. I mean, ain't nobody got time for that.
And I'm going to be honest, I haven't done the research on rye, but I don't think that there's a distillation limit on rye like there is on bourbon. So if you go above 160 proof on your distillation run for rye, it's probably still just rye. So I don't think there's a light rye. I think a light whiskey has to be a bourbon mash bill. Also, I know for sure you can age rye in any freaking barrel that you want. It does not have to be a new charred white oak barrel. Guys, it seems like the light whiskey's working. I'm beginning to speak in cursive. Yeah, we're going to the future. I can feel myself fast forwarding.
We're in the DeLorean right now.
We're in the DeLorean. We're like 87, 87.5 miles an hour. I heard you.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
it must be working.
In case you were wondering.
Wow.
The half-life, the onset of action for light whiskey is pretty effing short. It works real fast.
That redemption, I don't know what that redemption was. I had a glass of that, and then I was like, all right, let's compare this to the Thomas H. Handy, and that was 129. So,
so when did you do that?
Earlier, when I was texting you, when I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
You're sitting in the house drinking Thomas H. Handy with the dogs.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
He lives the life I want to live.
Marcus spelled boys right. Did you notice?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I love it. Yeah, Marcus takes notes of details like that.
Yeah. Oh, searching the Bourbon Ranch will make them pop up. You getting COVID is my only hope of winning.
Yeah, well, it's also probably my only hope of not having to get the damn vaccine. So,
is that Josh?
I'm also it's Beard.
Is that Beard?
What up, brother?
What up? Joshua.
Josh Webb.
How light. Yeah.
No, Trev.
Yeah, I got confused at first. I was like, light whiskey. Ain't nobody want no light whiskey.
Is that like a whiskey salad?
Yeah.
Is this like
diet whiskey?
Keto whiskey?
Yeah, I wish I would have.
Also,
known.
all whiskey is keto. You're welcome. The more you know. Yeah, it's basically diet. It's corn, rye, and barley.
Amy.
It's a salad.
Amy's leaving.
Oh, bye, Amy. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being in the chat tonight. I feel like I need to lighten up. I'm going to switch to Old Tub, which is probably going to taste like peanut butter flavored water.
Yep.
And I'm okay with that.
I may switch to the new Ozarka light
That's
whiskey.
Not a bad idea. We don't have Ozarka there because we're poor. We have a grocery store brand. Oh, you brought your own.
No, this is in your pantry. Yeah,
you robbed the pantry on the way up.
Amanda must have gotten some on sale.
You the best.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
What are you drinking on, Beard? You got anything good in the glass?
You doing a little sipping? You off tomorrow, Beard?
Yes.
Yes. It's Doc McStuffins and Marty G. Puffer going back to the future of the DeLorean.
It was Doc McStuffins and Marty G. Puffer. And
we were blazing that shit up every day.
Every day.
I just had a hiccup.
That was a whole mashup of.
I don't know if you guys could hear the lavalier mic. Might be far enough away, but I had a drunk hiccup, so it's just I'm probably just gonna get weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta be up. Not really so much for work, but to be able to get the kid to school. So
yeah, well, you gotta be safe doing that for sure. For sure.
It's already 11:50.
Just hanging out, listening to the hot buttery roll.
Roll.
Just opened my High West double rye. Good call, man.
A hot buttery roll.
Good
model.
call, Cole.
Mm.
Holy cow. We've been streaming live for 1 hour and 20 minutes. For the 10 of you left in chat, super grateful you're here. We got as high as 13 that I saw. Might have been more. I'm optimistic. It was probably more. It's probably like,
Hey, listen. So
probably 7,000.
my computer's still on at the house. I left it on for you.
To the 9 of you that are still in chat, and the 1 of you who joined me at my house.
Hey, I'm still in chat too.
By the way, if you guys have spouses that you could log into their phones and turn my live streams on, it'd be super helpful. I'm trying to get monetized, guys. Trying to get that money. I'm kidding. I'm serious. I'm very serious. Good, Tim.
Days off, sipping on a certain 7-year MGP rye pick.
Good call,
7-year MGP rye pick. I like that. It's actually probably about a 7.5 year, to be honest.
Yeah, it's it might have gotten you an entry into a drawing for some of the Pappas. That's the one that we brought back with us. Sagamore pick.
Oh. I thought maybe he was talking about the NBC.
Oh, are you drinking the Sagamore or the NBC? Because that Nashville Barrels, that is a whole nother level.
Never.
I don't know if you guys remember that. That was I think early Key and Pill
Oh, okay.
on a whole nother
So I said,
level. That's awesome. Dude, Tim, I'm in, bro. I'm in. Holler at me. Let me know what you need from Texas.
Absolutely.
Let me know what you need from Texas, man. Because we have some guys in Illinois that help us out with some stuff already. And bro, so Beard is drinking the NBC.
Good call on that.
Great call. So I love Deep and I love that Sagamore pick. The NBC pick there's a reason it costs 2 to 3 times what the friggin' Sagamore pick costs.
Yeah. So Beard, I don't know if we told you or not, but Chris and Mark were over at the house one day on a Friday. We had gone to lunch or something, and we were at the house trying some stuff, and I had about that much left of my Thomas H. Handy from last year, and then about the same amount of that NBC that you're talking about. And I got all master blender status and blended them, and whew, that was. I still have some, and man. That's a good pour right there.
The 2 parts are greater than the whole.
Yeah.
On the Thomas Handy Nashville Barrels blend, master blend of champions. Holy hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cole George says, thinking about buying a Balcones Brimstone. Have you tried?
Was that the one you tried at Specs when we were there last weekend?
Yes. And it tastes like a single malt that has been dragged through a Texas fire. If you like single malts and you like that apple honey, honeysuckle single malt flavor, and then add just like a touch of liquid smoke to it, then you could potentially enjoy drinking a whole bottle of it. For me, I'm not that guy. I like single malts, but I like them to be light and pretty, like a Highland malt or a Glenkinkie is probably my favorite Scotch. And I'm a basic B word and really enjoy Suntory Toki. That's also an unmalted single malt, or unpeated single malt. Glenmorangie, I love those. And the Brimstone is just like a peated American single malt. And it's literally like someone put a little bit of beef jerky in a high proof Japanese or Scotch.
Beard said, by the way, tuned in on my phone. Hashtag monetized.
Hell yeah. Thanks, brother.
Attaboy.
I like it. I need to start actually logging in. I have 3 YouTube accounts because I got shadow banned. Shout out to the Bourbon Junkies live streams and Drunk Chris saying stuff that got me banned by the admins. So that was a long time ago. It's last Wednesday or Tuesday. It's fine. Yeah.
No, Stanley, no YouTube channel over here. I don't even have time I barely have time to come over. Anytime I come over here to drink with Chris, it's at like 9:00 at night. So
yeah,
I mean, which I know I could make that happen, but I have no interest in that at all. I'd rather just come over here, let him do all the work, let him do all the editing, everything like that. I'll just join in, drink some good whiskey of his, and call it a day. So
Stanley Wagner Jr., that actually sounds like the second half of your question. Based on all the shit he just said, he's definitely my Sean Paisley.
I don't know who Sean Paisley is, but that's me.
So Sean Paisley is half of the Bourbon Junkies.
Oh, okay.
He is the God. I hate to call him a sidekick because he'd kick me in the balls for saying it, but he's basically Dan Shook's sidekick.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, man. I mean, I will tell you that the streams go so much better when there's two people, especially when there's two people that can monitor the chat. Yep. If I'm over here sniffing, nosing, tasting my whiskey, you can carry on the conversation. Yep. It's so much less awkward with two people. So, yeah. I mean, as often as I can get guest stars.
Yeah.
I mean, stars. Josh is a guest star for sure.
Definitely stars.
Yeah, superstar.
No, I've been wanting to come on and make a YouTube video with you.
Yeah.
For a while, and
You're doing it right now.
Yeah, just haven't had a chance. So. Yeah. But I figured tonight I was looking for a place to go drink. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll go over there, and I'll probably regret it the next morning, but it's fine. It's fine. We're doing great.
It's fine. So what we need to start doing is bourbon brunch. Like Saturday or Sunday morning, get together and do like an early show. Or we can do the late show on Saturday after Shayla gets schmammered.
Maybe we could do a cooking / bourbon show. I'll go outside. We come over to the house. I'll go outside on the Blackstone, start flipping pancakes and shit like that. And then we can be drinking. You can be
bourbon brunch, man.
It's a great idea.
Bourbon brunch. I'm in. I'm
going to trademark that. Hang on. Be right back.
Yes. # bourbon brunch. Yep. Beard says, sensory overload.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The
for sure.
The NBC and Handy is definitely, I don't know if it's overload, but it's right there. Yeah.
Tim Evans says, nice. I never would have thought to blend those. Well played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have either.
It was kind of a game time decision.
Yeah.
The NBC was so good. We were drinking it back to back with Thomas Handy.
Like what could we do to make this better?
Yeah. Which one's better? And it turns out the NBC actually held its own very well. So,
yeah. Drinking Rowan Creek here, a smoke wagon available in
Washington or Idaho. I don't know.
You know what? If you are on Instagram, go follow Smoke Wagon Bourbon and ask Aaron, and he'll respond to you. He pretty much responds to everybody.
Yep.
So he'll be able to tell you.
Yeah, their distribution is increasing all the time.
Yep.
I can tell you that Washington probably has a better chance than Idaho based on population.
Mm-hmm.
But it might be one of those states that he's like, all right, I can cover this state because I have this many bottles and I can add this state without really stressing my distribution. So, like Josh said, reach out to them on their Instagram. They're incredibly responsive. You'll probably have an answer inside of 48 hours. And if you don't get an answer inside of 48 hours, ask them again because they probably lost it in their stream of Brazilian contacts.
Mm-hmm. How many is a Brazilian?
It's like a cotillion.
It's that George Bush joke. Which I won't tell here, but
thank you. Politics free on the hot buttery rolls.
We lost a Brazilian. How many is a Brazilian? Oh God.
Jeez.
All right.
John T says, Chris, it sounds great. Too bad I don't live in Texas.
That is too bad.
I wish you all lived in Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but Elon Musk is moving to Texas. So I would have taken any one of you in the chat over Elon Musk.
Why? He's a smart guy.
He's super smart. But
makes a lot of money. He's going to bring some tax dollars to the economy.
I'm over people Californiaing my Texas.
I
man.
know.
I'm over it.
I agree.
I'm over it.
I agree.
I've been supporting a secessionist movement. That's a true story.
Same. I mean, not like publicly, or I haven't signed up anywhere, but yes, I kind of think that way too.
Yeah. Tim says you can't fake real. You can tell you guys hang a lot. Yeah, we do. Like we said, man, MGP spooning Thursdays.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
It's happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
yeah, little spoon every time. He's like my little jetpack. What? Oh.
Sean is the Laurel to Dan's Hardy, or maybe the straight man. I have zero idea what that means. Is that a YouTube whiskey deal?
No. Laurel and Hardy. The
oh yeah,
yeah, for sure.
No, Who? No, seriously. Who's?
No, you're the seriousness to my.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think what a better.
Is that an old reference?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Laurel and Hardy's black and white.
shit.
Yeah, you ever seen the Who's on First?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's Laurel and Hardy.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm fairly old, but I'm not that old. So,
Dude, Cole, I'll drive his shit up there. I'll bring him to Tulsa. Tell me how those old oil wells smell in the wind. I don't know if you guys remember that song, but it's a song called "Tell Me Something Bad About Tulsa," because George Strait apparently freaking loves it there.
So I don't have much. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but Tulsa.
Girth. Oh,
Yeah, well, that too. But
sorry.
No,
Sorry.
Tulsa. So I worked at Cimarex for, I think I worked for there for 3.5 years, something like that. But we would go up to Tulsa every year for, I said it like I went all the time. I went like two times, but we'd go up there. The company would go up there every year for like a yearly meeting. And only thing I ever remember about Tulsa is we'd always go up in May, and then everybody's flights would get canceled on the way back because there was always tornadoes going through there, or just terrible weather.
Yeah, so anywhere between Tulsa and Dallas, it was the same thing.
Just
trying to fly on a DFW.
Yeah, just
in the
don't fly
summertime.
there in May, or
Don't do
or expect to have to rent a car and drive back.
It's a mistake.
Yeah.
So Beard
I
says
like
he just
Tulsa.
tried Cornerstone against the Nashville Barrel Company, and the Nashville. That's like Nashville.
Yeah, it's yeah. No, I agree. Cornerstone is great. But
Tim, I'm sorry.
what
Who's
is
on
it?
First is Abbott and Costello. Laurel and Hardy
That's what
are
I-
much older.
That's what I thought. I was thinking of Abbott and Costello, but I was like, I don't.
You should have said something.
Well,
I'm not always right, just
well,
most
of the time, yeah.
mostly.
Yeah, no. So Cornerstone, which is funny. This the laptop here is sitting on top of a Cornerstone box right now. So we have the camera up here, and then we have a laptop that we're kind of watching on, and the laptop's sitting on.
This is my
Cornerstone
my
box.
desk is a Master's Keep Cornerstone box. So that was
I got it.
my former desk that I've now dropped on the ground. I'm trying to spill whiskey. It's just
We're doing great. But yeah, so
it's my third day.
I don't even know how to compare them. I think the NBC may be a little bit mintier, but it's just, it's Wild Turkey versus MGP.
Yeah.
And
it's MGP 95.5, and the Wild Turkey is a lower rye mash bill.
Yep.
So it's got more corn in it. It's going to be a little sweeter, a lot less minty,
Mhm.
a lot less of the those crazy pop out clove, spearmint, dill notes.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it's kind of like the that same thing. Well, it's the same damn product, but the rare breed, rare breed rye. It's that sweeter kind of rye.
Yep.
Whereas the
barely legal rye. It's
the MGP has that spice and just punch in the mouth, flavor bomb, dill, mint. It's just good.
Yeah. So John T says he's been in Midland quite a few times, worked in New Mexico and Texas quite often in the past.
Oh.
Dude, you ever find yourself down here? Call me. There's a Glencairn with your name on it. Doesn't really have your name on it, but I got a Sharpie. And we'll drink some whiskey, man.
Yeah, we'll fill it with some good
We'll
stuff.
fill it with some good stuff.
Were you oil field, John T?
Lives in Tulsa, worked in New Mexico and Texas.
Oh, yeah. Well, no,
Probably,
it was
probably adult
it
film.
was Cole that's Tulsa.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Sorry, Cole.
Okay, I'm not crazy. So much more complexity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
So, what is the age on these Masters Keep though? I think they got a blend of more than, I want to say they were like 9 at the
9
minimum,
years
aren't they?
old.
Yeah.
Yep. A backbone of 9-year-old barrels, married with a selection of 11 years old.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. So
yeah, you got a little bit more. Got a little bit
sorry,
more
guys.
age.
Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for
You
it.
can put it back. I can probably talk loud enough.
We're just shouting.
Yeah.
We're just in here shouting, waking up on my wife and children. Yeah. Be a bad
There's 2
deal.
dudes in there sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, that's my son's
Just-
friends from college.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. It's like neither of them look familiar.
Yeah, no, they're both like 6'4" giant kids, and I was like, "Hi, strangers, welcome to my home." Yeah,
But no, like what we're saying, the cornerstone is a blend of 9 and 11 year, and that NBC is 7.5 year. But I mean, still with it being that much younger, it's still just, man.
And one thing about rye is the older it gets, the more calm it gets. And to me, one of the magic things about rye is how spicy and spiky and delicious and like boom, boom, boom. There's flavor explosions. So, I didn't get into rye until late in my whiskey journey because it was like, God, I don't think I don't know if I like that. So the longer that you go, the longer that rye goes, the more to me it resembles bourbon, and the more calm and cohesive and coherent it becomes. Coherent. I'm not coherent. That was probably not the right word.
Coherent.
But anyways, that NBC is like the sweet spot. 7-year MGP.
Co-conspirator. I think that's the word you were looking for.
Yes. Yeah. It's more co-conspirator.
Way off.
Samsonite. Yeah. So Tim Evans asked a question. Thoughts on Bellmead 108.3 versus the old? Okay.
Have you had the new one?
Yes.
Is it?
It's still delicious. Okay.
Yeah,
so it's still MGP. It's 108.3 proof. That being said, there was so much variation on the Bellmead cask strengths. They reminded me a lot of the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. And if you could get, some of those went up to like 125, 127 proof. The ones that were over 120 proof were freaking amazing flavor bombs.
I'll have to look at mine and see what it is, but it's good. It's really good. That one was
I have 117 proof left.
That one was a buy all day at whatever, 58, 48.99, something like that at Specs.
54.99 or something.
54, yeah, something like whatever it was. It was under,
but it was on sale all the time.
It was under $60.
They had cases that stacked out.
MGP.
Yeah, I feel like the guys in Ohio that were like, okay, I was everywhere. Yeah, I mean, we have a retailer a couple hours north, and they always had single barrel, or not single barrel, but cask strength Bellmead in cases stacked on the end caps. And they announced the change from the individual proofs to everything being watered down to 108.3, and they disappeared like that. Like inside of a week, all the cases were gone. Mm-hmm. So, John T's in Wind. All right.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
So I went to Texas Tech in Lubbock, and I did energy commerce, which is basically to be a landman in oil and gas. And I always recall my the professor, not the professor, but the director of the program there. He said, his I guess what he wanted to really see is some of us kind of go out and then start doing a lot with wind farms and start, doing the landman side of wind farms and start getting those up and going. So, but that's not in my shop to, not my wheelhouse to go out and start a company like that. I'm just a sheep, and I fill out that application, give me a job, and I'll do my 9 to 5.
I'll come do my sheep job.
Yeah.
Till you ask me not to.
Just give me that sweet moolah.
I'm a sheep as well.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, there's a lot of wind up in Tulsa, that's for sure. So good place to do that, I guess.
Oh yeah. The first batch of 108.3, I'm guessing you're talking about, Tim, showed up today for $75. That is very hard to swallow.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can get it for. Because if I can pull it for 50 and I can hand deliver it for 14, you're looking at a savings of $10 to try it. And I would probably do that.
Yeah. 75.
Okay. So Bourbon Beginnings, welcome to the chat. I don't think I've seen you here tonight. But as a new bourbon sipper, I love Old Forester and Weller's. Getting into Elijah Craig barrel proof. What else is good to try next? So that's going to depend on how you feel about Elijah Craig barrel proof. If you enjoy it, I would recommend trying other cask strength bourbons. Old Forester and Weller are miles away from Elijah Craig barrel proof. So there's so much that you can do in between there.
I would even say Old Forester and Weller are miles away from each other.
Right. And I would also ask, are you drinking Old Forester 86?
Yeah.
Or are you drinking the higher proof Old Forester? Because those are both delicious, But if you're drinking the 86, that's still way away from Logic Creek barrel proof. And if you're drinking the, I want to say it's 100, or is it 90? Anyways, the higher proof Old Forester screw top offering, then if you really like those, I would say try the Distiller's Rose series, which is 1897, 1910, 1920, and I don't remember the other one, but there's a fourth one.
Statesman in there?
Statesman also, but I don't care for Statesman.
That's not a
Statesman is a higher price and lower quality.
I think 1920 tops it out, doesn't it?
So 1920 is 115 proof, and
Well,
it's
I mean,
my
as far as
favorite of
in that
Distiller Rose. But yes,
series.
I think that's the most recent year. But it's 1897, 1910, 1920, and balls 1905. Is that right?
Are you thinking of 1915? That's where.
So 1915 is a blend of
mix,
1910 and 1920. Yeah. But that being said, if you really like the Old Forester, try the 1897 to 1920. Another thing to look into is bottled and bond bourbons is a great middle ground. You don't have to just jump into cask strength. Try bottled and bonds. Try, if you can find it, E.H. Taylor small batch, Evan Williams bottled and bond, J.W. Dant bottled and bond,
early times
bottled and bond, 1792 bottled and bond. So what bottled and bond means is that it's at least 4 years old. It was all made in the same distilling season by the same master distiller, and it's bottled at 100 proof and aged in a bonded warehouse. So if you see the words bottled and bond on a bottle of whiskey, you're pretty much guaranteed some echelon of quality. So I suggest trying some bottled bonds out because that opens up a whole bunch of different things that you can drink, and none of them suck. I haven't had a bottled and bond besides Dickel bottled and bond. Stay the F away from that. Do not buy it. Don't drink it. It's a trap.
1870?
1870. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. 1870, 1897.
1910, 1920.
Yep. What is the proof on the blue label?
This one?
Yeah, it's 100, right?
86.
No, 86. What's the other one then? 100. Yeah, so I was right. 100 proof, Old Forester. If that's the one you're drinking, continue on with those bottled and bonds. So, yeah.
I may have to go up a little bit, but I think it was Tim that was asking about your guitar.
Yes, it is a Paul Reed Smith. Good eye, buddy. Good eye. That's actually really impressive that you were able to grab that by the bottom 80% of the body, because you can't see the neck or the head. All you can see is the pickups. That's seriously impressive. I've always wanted, if you know Paul Reed Smith, you know 10 tops. I've always wanted a Paul Reed Smith 10 top. My ex-brother-in-law had this amazing blue, like ocean blue, spalted maple top, 10 top Paul Reed Smith, 24 fret. And I don't play guitar, but I have a sexual attraction to them. So, ADHD whiskey is back. What's up, Matt? Are you going? I guess I'll put in my ear upside in and fall asleep to the sensual sound of hot buttery frickin' rolls. ADHD whiskey, you are now listening to the Hot Buttery Rolls Go Night Night Show. Thank you for tuning in.
I feel like we need those sound effects, like in the first days of Howard Stern when he was on there.
We do not need Howard Stern
like
sound effects.
Old timey horn.
Yeah. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Put it in my earbuds. Yeah. ADHD whiskey. Thanks for hanging out.
What's Beard talking about? Hard pass on what?
Beard said hard pass at $75.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I gotta agree. It's good, but it's good at $55. Well, actually, the new stuff, I don't know. I don't think I've even had it yet.
So I had it, and it's probably still worth
good.
$55.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's still 108.
I mean, 108. Yeah,
MGP.
that's good. That's where it starts to get good.
But at $75, you could buy a bottle of uncut and filtered Smoke Wagon, and I'd rather have that by a lot. So, Tim, if you need some of the Bell Meads, give me a holler. Let me know what you need. Not anything crazy, not like the Mourvedre or the honey finish, but we have a really good selection of like the Pedro Jimenez sherry cask and the sour mash and cask strength. So, holla at your boy.
speaking of that, in my little Secret Santa box that I got today, I don't know if you saw the samples, but there was a Bellmead 12-year single barrel in there.
Ooh.
So
I'd love to have an age-stated single barrel.
yeah, bring that one over.
Yeah.
Try it.
Stanley Wagner says 1870. Thank you very much. You were faster than Google.
Have you tried that? Did you try that honey yet? The Bellmead honey sample?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
It's
ridiculous.
Is it everything that everybody says?
I don't know if it is, but it's really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
It's dang tasty. I don't know if
concerned
it's
about that. You know, it's so hyped up that I'm going to try it and just be disappointed.
I'll tell you what you should do then. We'll slip it in as a blind
Okay.
over here sometime, so that way you can be like, "Ooh, I get this, this, and this, and I really like this," or "What the hell is this?" And I can be like, "Well, that's Bellmead honey."
I wonder.
Jermaine Compton, late addition to the chat. What's up, brother? Welcome to the chat. How about that glitter beard in today's video? I haven't seen Matt's Advent video for today. I'm going to watch it in the shower in the morning, and I can't wait to see the glitter beard. I watch YouTube in the shower. That's what I do.
With shower beers.
I can't have shower beers in the morning. I got my boss.
Oh, that's right.
Gross.
Chris takes an hour and a half long showers.
I used to. I got a new shower head, and it doesn't have as much back pressure. And so I run out of hot water, and then I'm just standing there shivering, watching Whiskey Tube. So think about that, America.
My whiskey hunting group wiped out all the Bellmead cast strength in Vegas this weekend. Working on it here in Cali, picking them up for people, no charge, just tax/shipping.
That's awesome, Stanley.
Good man.
Yeah, man. Keep that up. And I'll tell you right now, I freaking hate the secondary market. Don't like what it does to collectors. I had a guy offer me an obscene amount of money for a bottle that's very special to me. And not the one you're thinking of, a different one. I just hate it. Like I just hate it. Yeah. So if you can help people by hand delivering whiskey to them that they can't find at a price that they can afford, God, that's, you're doing the Lord's work as long as the government doesn't find out. Yep. Yep. Tim Evans says the North and South will trade. Come on, brother. I'll send it to the land of Lincoln. You shoot it on down to damn near Mexico. Come on.
See what you got.
Yep. Scrubbing balls while watching a peckerhead. ADHD whiskey. I'm so glad they're going to pay you to be you, because you've been doing it for free for way too long, buddy. That is the kind of quality entertainment that we have only begun to enjoy, man. Bubble Bath Bourbon. Speaking of shower beers, if you've never had the chance to check out Bubble Bath Bourbon's whiskey reviews, he literally reviews bourbon in the bathtub.
All right, let me go subscribe.
It's not as erotic as it sounds.
I got a lot of you guys I need to subscribe to.
Yeah,
I
the
do my
government doesn't know won't hurt them.
That's
Bubble Bath
true.
Bourbon, you are correct, and they don't know a lot. There's a lot they don't know.
What's Bubble Bath Bourbon?
It's Bubble Bath Bourbon.
Okay,
yep.
There it is.
He's got a great channel. Bubble Bath Bourbon is currently at 72 subscribers. 73 now.
You're welcome.
So keep that content coming, man. I love your stuff.
I expect my kickback once you get monetized.
See, there's a freaking rubber duck, dude.
That's great.
See the flight board with the holes for the Glencairns?
The foot is the best.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love your shit, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. Funny. It's not a mediocre. This is a mediocre channel. Bubble Bath Bourbon you've got a gimmick. It's awesome. You have a bubble bath. I have no rolls. I've yet to have hot buttery rolls on the freaking channel. So
why don't you eat rolls during? That's perfect.
That's a great excuse to go to Texas Roadhouse before every live stream.
There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Or maybe hot buttery cornbread. You
can
go up to Cotton Patch and get rolls and cornbread.
So have you had the rolls at Cotton Patch?
Yeah, I have.
Holy
and the
crap.
cornbread. It's great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That place is great for
There's
how
a
cheap
place
it is.
called Cotton Patch.
Yeah, Cotton Patch Cafe.
In the South.
Yeah, in Texas.
It's probably
shocker.
It's probably racist. It seems racist. I don't. It makes me uncomfortable.
They've got good food and it's cheap.
Yeah, for sure. The chicken fried chicken. I had the chicken fried chicken the other day. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyways,
good.
Guys, I don't want to get off on a tangent.
This is
It's
Hot Buttery Rolls channel. Now it's time
hot
to talk
buttery
food.
rolls.
Time to talk food.
Hashtag food porn. Time to talk about them snacks. We about to carb it up, boys. I'll send you samples of my bath water. We both read that at the same time. All right. So Bubble Bath Bourbon, I've been meaning to ask you this. Are you Belle Delphine? And if you don't know who that is, don't Google it. Yeah.
Do not Google
Do
that.
not Google it.
Look it up on Pornhub. Oh, whoops.
I don't think you're allowed to sit.
Oh, can
We
I
just
say
got demonetized
Demonetized.
before I got monetized.
You're starting in the red.
Yes.
You're starting in the red.
Stanley Wagner Jr. says, I'm a guitar whore. I can't play either, but collect when I can. Always wanted a Paul Reed Smith, but I have a few guitars, but owned a signed Zach Wild Mini Marshall stack, Zach Wild Mini Marshall stack, and an Ernie Ball Stingray. Bro, those are great pieces. So I still don't have a good stack. I have a Vox that has a lot of built-in effects in it, and I don't even have the pedal to it, so you have to like literally manually click through all the effects. But it's a great little amp, and it works. And I can't play guitar, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Bubble Bath says he loves
actually
Roadhouse.
Stepbrother, step bro, step bourbon. What are you doing?
Bourbon. Bubble Bath.
No
says he
rolls
loves-
till 1,000 and no sleep till Brooklyn.
Oh.
OF. I love Texas Roadhouse.
How far are you away from 1,000?
That's a great question.
Here, I could probably look it up on my
Let's
phone.
see if I can click away from StreamYard without killing the whole freaking stream, bruh.
Scroll down. Can you scroll down?
Well, hold on. Hey guys, if you can still see me, that's
744.
great news.
Okay.
I'm at 744
Crazy.
freaking subscribers.
It's crazy.
That is Gwen Stefani, Bananas. Thank you guys. I love y'all so much. That's a humbling moment. 744, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
That's almost 750,000.
That is a lot of people.
6 away. I'm 6 away.
Yep.
So tell your wife, tell your girlfriend. Don't tell them together,
Tell your
because that'll
baby.
just start a fight.
He says when you ask for a steak rare, they actually serve it rare. So I would say it depends on which one you go to. No, so I think we actually, that's one of the most consistent places here is Roadhouse. It's typically always good. It's rare when it's really bad, and when it's not great, it's still good.
I'll tell you
I
right
think-
now, if you want a 16-ounce prime rib for less than $25, there's like 2 places that you can get that and it won't suck. And one of those places is Texas Roadhouse. And the other place, I'm still looking for, but I'm sure it's out there.
Did you say prime rib?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a place about half a mile down the street.
At your house.
You let me know.
LOL.
You let me know.
Dude, we gotta-
pick that shit up.
We got to do that some more.
Beard, yes, absolutely. People still let it eat a cotton patch.
Yeah, bro.
It's fantastic. When was the last time you were there?
Dude,
I assume it's been a while because it's damn good and it's cheap too.
holler at me on one of your days off, and we will 100% go and show you that the cotton patch is still alive and kicking chicken.
It's funny.
Now, Tim, I agree, man. His live stream and the exposure from that will give me a little boost. Going on Shayla's channel got me a really big boost. I've had some really nice, I hate to talk YouTube business, but got me some really nice bumps and engagement. So thank you, Shayla. I love you. You the best. Had a really good time, and I'm really looking forward to your blind challenge that I get to do with Trev because, dude, I tell you what, I don't know if I'm as good as Klein, but I've been pretty salty on my challenges on my blind flights, and I really want to practice up and whip his bald ass. No offense.
No, that's fine. None taken. None taken.
Yeah. Here in California, if you want a steak at a restaurant, you're stuck with TRH,
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. You're spending twice as much for Ruth's Chris.
Ruth's Chris
Dude.
is pretty freaking good.
Ruth's Chris is tasty in
Not
Texas.
gonna lie.
Yeah. It's not as good as like Three Forks
good.
or
It's
Steak
a
48.
it's broiled on a plate of butter, which is not a bad thing at all.
I love a steak that comes out floating in butter. It's my
Oh yeah,
favorite.
and still sizzling.
Oh,
And don't touch the plate; it'll burn your face off.
The old Hofbrau's in Austin. Hofbrau
Good.
Steakhouse, Austin, Texas.
I think I've been to Hofbrau once or twice, maybe in my life.
Bro.
Well, they're not open anymore, are they?
I think they went under.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, steakhouses here. It's either we'll get something quick to go, Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Saltgrass is not bad for to go either, but we typically go to Roadhouse, or it's
I just hate
hop
Saltgrass.
on down to HEB and pick up a prime and cook it at the house because you ain't getting better than that.
Dude, this guy cooks a steak better than any restaurant I've been to.
Well, thank you.
The big green egg magic, bro.
Mm-hmm. Big
Yep.
green egg and the magic dust.
The
that I put on it.
dust.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, Stanley Wagner is about to start going and posting live hunts, I guess on the gram. So everybody go follow Stanley. He's got a good Instagram.
Follow me at the Mash Bill or at Wagdog14. Why do you have two?
Why not?
No, it's
Why don't you have two?
fair point.
So Bubble Bath Bourbon says, do it. Challenge primetime. Primetime Klein. I am the Jake Paul to your, what's the Irish guy with the
Conor
shit
McGregor?
whiskey? To your washed up Conor McGregor. I'm coming for you. He's not going to see this. If he watches any of this, which he probably won't because he's Klein, he's not going to wait until 156 in. So I don't know. Make a gif of this where I'm just like, I'm coming for you, baby.
Wagdog14.
What is a 72-ounce steak in Amarillo? That is the Big Texan.
Yeah, the big
And if
Texan.
you can eat the whole thing in 90 minutes. I think it's 90
is it
minutes.
90, 60 or 90.
60
And
or
all
90
the
minutes.
sides and the salad and all that.
Salad, dinner
everything comes
rolls,
with, yeah.
sides, and a 72-ounce steak. If you eat it all, I'm pretty sure it's 90 minutes. Then
It's
you
free.
get it for free.
Mm-hmm.
If not, it's like $100. So go hungry or go with a pocket full of cash.
Don't tease me. The places aren't open anymore.
Bubble Bath Bourbon. I'm so glad you said that. I'm not shocked that the guy that does his whiskey reviews from the tub is a big fan of sous vide, but I too am a big fan of sous vide. On Sunday night, I made myself a porterhouse that I sous vide at 129 degrees for 3 hours and then finished in cast iron with a butter garlic bath. And it was
It looked good.
extremely on the high end of mediocre.
It looked good. Did you see Beard's comment?
What do you say?
Scroll up to.
Oh my gosh.
What a dick. Listen.
Dude, my
if
world
you-
is actually upside down right now. A man wearing a
Midland Meat Company.
Midland Meat Company hat is saying Roadhouse makes a decent, consistent steak, and that cotton patch is actually good. So Midland Meat Company is our local butcher shop, and they have the most amazing free-range beef, incredibly well marbled,
Wagyu.
grass-fed, grass-finished.
American Wagyu.
It's ridiculous. So
Listen, you know the funny thing is, I wear this hat, and I don't even. Well, okay, so when I do fajitas, I will go there and I will get outside skirt, and I will make fajitas, and they're the best. It's the best fajita meat you've ever had in your life. When I go there when I'm cooking a steak, I go to HEB. That's a
Howard Edward Butts grocery
that's a kind of a. I guess it's only in Texas, huh?
regional chain.
Yeah, regional Texas chain, but man, they have some of the best prime,
Especially their
that I've
dry
seen.
age prime.
Oh yeah,
Bro.
they'll have some strips sometimes that are $9.99 a pound. They're about a pound each, so you get a $10 steak, and it's almost Wagyu grade, and they're fantastic. But I won't go and pay $36 per pound for a ribeye at Midland Meat Company because yes, I can tell a difference, but for that extra 15 or however much it is per pound, I'll take a HEB Prime all day long.
Yeah.
It's so good.
There's not
as it
$30
is.
difference per
No,
steak to me. Yeah,
absolutely not.
I agree.
So, but Roadhouse is good for what it is. If you want a quick steak that you don't want to cook, it's good, and it's fairly inexpensive. So
Jermaine Compton,
up yours, Josh.
Jermaine Compton just said, you got to make an old school World Wrestling Federation challenge video calling out Klein Macho Man style. Oh yeah, brother. I'm coming for you, brother.
We're talking like a ladder match. You know what a ladder match is?
Off-
When they were in the cage and
Yeah.
had that big ladder and you had to crawl up and get the whatever it was. I never
When
watched
people,
wrestling, but
mankind fell off and broke his
Oh.
freaking spine.
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
Austin broke his back too,
blood
didn't he?
everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are wrestling fans, but Bubble Bath Bourbon said,
I don't know what he's talking about, but
probably a steakgasm if I was guessing. Yeah. Kilko, what's up, man?
yeah,
Kilko said the sub climb is real. Yes. I'm trying so hard. So my hours and which, by the way, there's 13 people in the chat now. We're going up.
Damn.
We're just gonna do a marathon
Yep.
stream.
We may
What are you doing tomorrow? This
Yeah. We may get 1,000 subs tonight.
tonight.
Yep.
Probably not tonight.
It's okay.
Tell your friends.
We can drink.
Email your mom when she wakes up and be like, hey, mom, all I want for Christmas is for you to sub to Hot Buttery Rolls.
I miss steak. Did you say steak?
Did you say steak? No, mistake. John T says, sounds like a heart attack and probably be up for it.
Yeah.
Dude,
What time?
Hey.
I'm in.
if you're not attacking your heart, it will attack you. That's science.
Bubble Bath says 35-day age, dry age choice over prime any day. What about a 35-day dry age prime? I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a 35-day aged choice. So they make those umai bags. Have you heard of those? And
You just have to have an extra fridge to put them in
yeah, well,
because you can't disturb them while they're dry aging.
for 35
And it makes
days.
your whole fridge smell like dry aging meat.
That sounds fantastic. I'm in.
Yeah, I don't want my milk to smell like dry aged meat. Yeah, chair match.
Chair match. There you go.
I'm
chair
in.
match.
I'd hit Michael Klein with a chair, and I'd probably cry like a little baby if he hit me with one. Yeah. So Bourbon Beginning says to tell you to start a steak cooking YouTube channel, you just made him hungry, dude. You have no idea. So whenever Josh cooks a steak, he makes his own proprietary blend of seasoning. It's amazing. I have a black pepper allergy, and so he makes one that accommodates my allergic needs, and it's freaking fantastic. Best seasoning I've ever had on a steak, and it doesn't even have black pepper in it. We'll just be out there cooking, and the guy's a freaking wizard. He can do the most amazing sides. He's a culinary master. So it's freaking awesome. Oh, yeah. Stanley says, if you need help with that promo, holla at me. The only thing I love more than guitars and as much as whiskey is pro wrestling. The only thing I'm worried about, man, is finding a Macho Man Randy Savage outfit that would fit my girth because I'm a big dude. I think I'm bigger than almost any other whiskey tuber. I don't know if anybody as large as I am. So yeah. Kilko, and I don't know why you miss steak, other than the, maybe you turned vegan or maybe you have like a cholesterol issue. But dude, if I couldn't eat steak, man, it would make me real sad. Hashtag wrestling. Come on. Why must I always get hungry after 1 a.m.? So for me, it's usually the alcohol. So there are some leftover tacos from dinner in the kitchen, and I'm going to go wreck them. I'm going to go wreck them like I'm trying to think of something that's not horrible to say about Rex. So if you have a mahogany prime steakhouse, it's killer. We do not. The steak of my life was had at Gibson's in Chicago. I used to work for a company out of Illinois, and it was freaking incredible.
Getting a bit of clicking when you talk.
That's probably the spit in my mouth, honestly. Or I'm maxing out the gain on the camera because as I get more and more intoxicated, I start to shout. So I'm sorry. Hopefully the clicking is improving.
Did you comment on bubble baths? I don't know anyone that dry ages prime. Like you've never heard of that, or you don't have. There's no place there because I assume he means there's no place where he's at that actually dry ages.
It's got to be because we have a lot of dry age prime around here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Harass them. So sorry.
Kilko, I agree. So Kilko says I cannot afford steak at restaurants. Yeah, no, I feel that. That's a real mood.
Yeah.
So we went to my mom's restaurant last Friday night, and thank God she picked up the tab, because
Oh yeah.
eating steak at a restaurant is like a real investment.
Yeah.
And the payoff is very low.
Shit, those, what were those, $40 or so?
Yeah.
Per?
$35 prime
Almost
ribeyes.
39. Yeah.
No,
Crazy.
top third of choice.
Yeah, top third choice.
Top third
Wasn't even
choice
prime, it was top
ribeye.
third
Yeah.
choice, but God, it was good. It was really
They were
good.
really good ribeyes.
Yeah.
Did you ever end up eating the leftovers?
Yeah, I did when we got back to
Oh, yeah, at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cold.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Just go to the dollar store, buy some tinsely store decorations, and tape them around your arms and forehead. Boom, Macho Man. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim Evans. So
Gibson's. I've heard of
I
that.
had a steak that was literally, looks like I'm exaggerating. It was literally this thick. And it was so big that I only ate 2/3 of it. And your
Sorry.
static is up
Static
there.
is up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. Honestly, I apologize.
Let me jump on the
It's fine.
I'll jump on the live stream.
Well, we're about to shut it down anyway. We're over 2 hours.
Okay.
Just come sit down. Don't worry about it, man. I appreciate the help.
Yeah.
But no, so I had a steak that was this big. I ate 2/3 of it. And then I was with one of my work counterparts, and she took the last third, wrapped it in foil, put it in her purse. We went to a nightclub, and when we left that nightclub, I ate the last third of that steak in the back of a Chicago taxi. And the taxi
like a great
driver
night.
was very angry, and I didn't care. I ate every bite of that damn steak.
Fuck that guy.
It was amazing. Yeah. You're not allowed to say that word.
Oh, I'm not. Whoops.
I mean,
Demonetized.
I'm just kidding.
Demonetized.
You can't.
I'm
We're
pretty
not
sure
we'll probably get
Shayla-
remonetized.
I'm sure Shayla dropped the F-bomb. I don't even
30,
know how
40
many
times, yeah.
At least. Yeah.
Shayla loves the F word. I love the F word too, but sometimes my kids watch, and I don't want my grandma to see this. It's hard to say.
Sorry, Brittany children.
It's all good. It's fine. My kids don't. My kids know the F word. I'm their dad for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only get dried choice because of the waste involved. I'd gladly pay for prime. So I know you have to trim the edges off of dry aged, and I would assume it's got to be pretty similar. I mean, the difference between prime and choice being the amount of intramuscular marbling. I don't know if the air penetrates prime more deeply than choice, or if it's just so much point of pain on the charge for the price per pound. Anyways, this is a Hot Buttery Rolls Whiskey show, and we would love to have you join the J Pit Boss channel, which is coming soon.
Coming soon.
And we can talk all about prime and choice over there.
Yeah.
But my first time in here, bourbon and steak. I'll be back. Bourbon Beginnings, I'm so glad you came. Really glad you made it in. I don't know if you have your notifications set, or if any of the 13 of you, 12 of you, because Josh is streaming from his house. But if any of the 12 of you watching don't have your notifications set, these have all been random all month. I'm going to go live tomorrow. I don't know what time, but if you want to join us, please set your notifications. If for some reason you wandered in here and you're not subscribed and you like what you're seeing, give us a subscribe. So thank y'all so much for being here. I'm going to pour one last little taste for both of us so we can toast you out.
Absolutely.
But it is currently 12:39 in the a.m.
Some of us have to get up early and
Central Standard Time.
either work or take kids to school and then work, or
We're gonna make
whatever
some.
we gotta
Get
do.
up and make some biscuits.
yeah.
And by get up and make some biscuits, I mean from here, not in the morning.
Right now.
So J Pitt has a big green egg and a Rectech and a giant
Rule of choice.
steel smoker that is for sale for the right price.
Yeah, Tim. It just kind of depends on what I'm cooking. Steaks always on the big green egg. Beard?
Beard.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that one yet, so I haven't read it all yet. But no, yeah, big green egg for steaks. I'm too old. I don't have time to be sitting outside stoking a stick burner fire. So when I do a brisket, it's on the Rectech pellet smoker. Does a great job. It's not quite that that great brisket you can get with that nice dark bark, but it's still does a great job.
I dig it.
Real quick stuff, chicken, fish, whatever. I've also got a Rectech. It's called the Bullseye. It's a pellet direct grill, so it gets real hot real quick. It's great product. It's fairly inexpensive, so that's what I go with. But Big Green Egg all day long.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Pittman, your urban camo makes me want to play some Mission Impossible soundtracks and clear all the rooms in the apartment, Daniel Craig style. Hey, what's stopping you? What's stopping you, Beard? You know. Cheers, Cole. Doc McStuffins and Marty G. Puffer.
Yep.
In the house.
In his house. Hey, guys. Cheers to all of you. Thank you all so much for coming out.
Hey, thanks for letting me come on.
Late
too,
night.
so
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
Glad
Good
to have
be
you.
here, so.
Late night Wednesday. Hope you all have a productive Thursday and your heads don't hurt too bad. We will catch you tomorrow on day 10 of the Hot Buttery Rolls Whiskey Advent Calendar. Thank you all so much for coming out. We'll see you real soon.